This is the plaintiff, Joseph Shanuda. He says he rented a room from the defendant, and needless to say, things did not work out. The defendant treated him like a stupid teenager instead of the intelligent 50-year-old man he is. He ended up moving out, is a law-abiding citizen, and is exercising his right to get the defendant to return his security deposit of $640. This is the defendant, Vanessa Lemus. She says the plaintiff was a horrible roommate who frequently exited his room in just his underwear, which in a house full of women was disrespectful. He did give the required 30 days notice to vacate, but he left the bathroom a dirty, disgusting mess as a parting gift, and she used his security to fumigate. She is accused of being a little bit too maternal.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff rented a room from the defendant, says the defendant treated him like a moron and kept his security. But the defendant says the plaintiff was disrespectful, walking around in his underwear. It's the case of please don't be brief.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Joseph Shanuda,
You are suing Vanessa Lemus for $640.
3 times your security deposit and $40 in interest for a few months because according to you, she wrongfully withheld it. All right, tell me what happened here.
Okay, without going into anything but the legal...
Well, you got to go into the whole thing. That's why we have a case. You rented from her.
Yes.
When did you start living there?
July 1st, 2014.
And what happened?
When I moved out, I gave her a 30 days notice.
Is there any question about the notice, or you agree that you got the appropriate notice?
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Then, as per the
And
law...
when were you moving out? How long after July? How long did you live there, I guess, is what I'm asking.
I moved out March 31st, 2015.
All right, so you lived there a while. And was it peaceful while you lived there, or did you folks not get along?
Well, it was, peaceful. There was no major issues, but, there was sometimes like picking on the small things, like your cooking stink the house, etc., etc. Kitchen, whatever, actually.
Kitchen, whatever what?
Like,
what were your complaints about him?
It was the cleaning.
Well, meaning what?
Clean up after yourself, after the cooking.
Well, what would he do? He wouldn't do the dishes? Is that what you mean?
The stove, the countertop, the dishes. He would leave them for a while in the sink.
What's a while?
Hours. So we would leave a note to say, can you please clean up after yourself?
How often did that happen?
Every time.
Okay. So you leave him a note every time? You didn't just say, hey, clean up after yourself.
No, we would tell him.
Okay.
Sometimes notes, a text, I wouldn't see him.
And when you would tell him, would he go do it?
No.
Okay. Did he ever leave him overnight?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
All
he
right.
would cook like 1 a.m.
Okay.
So sometimes.
Okay. All right. So would you wake up to the dishes to the place all wrecked, or kitchen all dirty, or no?
Maybe the stove, the countertop, but the dishes were done.
Okay. All right. So it turns out you don't have the same style, and you decide you want to leave. And what's the problem? Why didn't you return his security deposit?
It was the cleaning fees for the bedroom, for the restroom.
Why did you keep cleaning fees for the bedroom and the restroom?
When we gave him the room, it was furnished, it was cleaned, it had blankets, pillows, all that stuff. We charge him for it.
What do you mean you charge? You mean you charge him when you kept the
yes.
security deposit? The security deposit was how much money?
$200.
Okay. Do you own the place, or are you subletting to him?
My mother owns the place.
Okay, that's
the
fine.
house.
Did you ever send him a letter saying, I'm keeping this and this is why I'm keeping it?
We did, yes.
May I see the letter?
I don't have the letter with me because this was I never thought I was going to get sued by him.
Okay,
So,
watch
yeah.
this. Did she ever send you a letter saying what are you going to do now? Because
I know,
the law
yeah.
requires you to send a letter, and you're supposed to send it certified mail or personally hand it to him, which is kind of archaic. A lot of other states let you prove that you notified him in writing, and you can actually use an email or a text or something like that. But your state requires you to actually go the old way, and you don't have it? That's bad for you, because that means you didn't send it in the eyes of the law.
So can the tenant walk around in his underwear?
Yeah, why not? Unless it's specified in a lease that indecent exposure is defined as what?
You buying that?
Yeah, I agree. If it's on the contract, why not?
Okay, everybody get in your underwear, going inside the courtroom.
So now let's discuss. You're saying that you're keeping it for a cleaning fee. Do you have pictures of the way he left the bathroom?
I do not have the pictures.
Honey, what do you think you're going to do here? What do you think this is?
I know. I only have the pictures of the way the bathroom looks now.
No, that's not going to do me any good. I need to see, because for all I know, that's how he left it. I need to see your reasoning for not returning the man's $200. By the way, if you want to get a hold of him, you can call him. He will answer your questions. He will tell you everything. 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 He will tell you everyth the penalty for you when you don't return the man's $200 is that it's doubled. Where'd you get that it was tripled? In this state, state of California, it's double. Where did you get that it was tripled?
Well, I read there was some judges award 3 times.
No.
Okay.
You got to award. That's not how it works. We don't get to just woohoo. It says I feel good today. I'm generous with other people's money. Well, maybe that's how some judges rule, but that's not how this judge rules. It's what the law says. And there are some states that say treble. I mean, not in a landlord-tenant case, but in fraud and other types of cases, triple damages. But what your remedy is, if someone wrongfully withholds in bad faith, is for you to be able to get double the damages. So really, the remaining issue for me to decide is this bad faith? Do you have any evidence at all that the place was dirty? Did you pay somebody to clean it, or you cleaned it yourself?
We cleaned it ourselves.
So you're definitely out of gas on the security deposit. What I need to see is if I'm going to order you to pay double the security deposit. Would she give you some grief about the dishes while you lived there and about cleanliness?
Yes.
What would she say to you?
Kind of demeaning notes like, the house is stinking of your food. And in a matter of fact, her mom was doing the cleaning for her even. And there was 2 only bathrooms in the house, one in her mom's bathroom. So the guests and herself was using the same bathroom I was using.
Okay.
Still, I was required to clean it once a week, which I did.
Okay, would they complain about your cleanliness level when you did clean it? Maybe you shouldn't live with 2 women you don't know. That's
Next
just
time.
Not 1, but 2 that you don't know. All right, I don't think this cuts it for bad faith. Especially when you're telling me how they did complain all the time, unreasonably, but talk about the cleanliness factor. You're definitely getting your $200 back, plus prejudgment statutory interest on it from the day that you left, for 21 days after that you left, and of course your court costs. But for me to find that there's bad faith as opposed to that they're just wrong, I have to find they're kind of doing something to hurt you kind of thing, and I just don't think that's present here. I think they lack evidence. I think that there is no evidence against you that it rose to the level of having to pay cleaning fees. Anything, she readily admits they didn't pay cleaning fees. They just had to clean up after you and they don't like it. And that's not how the law works. You don't get to keep security deposits based on that. In fact, I urge you, if you're renting out rooms, you ought to know what the landlord-tenant laws are and how much time you have to do stuff. Look it up. There's no excuse for your generation. Back in my day, I had to go to the library and figure it out. You just go on your telephone that's attached to your hand anyway, and then you find out how many days you have and what you have to do to comply with the laws. So I'm ruling in your favor in the $200 deposit, plus your court costs, plus prejudgment statutory interest. Okay? Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, hold on right there, please. Okay, so step on out here on the losing end of this case. You learned something about the law here?
I did, yes. I should read up on the law and 30 days notice.
21
actually for giving him the deposit back.
Okay. It's on the internet. It's everywhere.
Of course.
So these charges, he says he wasn't dirty. He wasn't all these other things. Are you just making that stuff up to get your money?
No, of course not. There's 2 ladies in the house. You have to clean up.
What did he do that was so egregious?
The restroom was gross,
Ladies don't like that.
Of course not. We don't.
Guys like that.
Yeah.
Okay, head right down this way. All right, so come on out here. Here's the guy who was accused of being dirty and walking around. What are you thinking now?
Well, I feel good because it's not about the $200. It's about the principle. I don't like to be taken advantage of. I am law-abiding citizens. In 20 years, I don't have even a speeding ticket. So when somebody step on me, I take them to court.
Ooh, don't mess with this guy.
Yeah.
Harvey? It's so important when you rent a place, when you lease a place, establish the ground rules if you're living with a landlord.